I'm gonna show you guys the company that owns the fucking world. By the time you get done this video, you're just not only gonna be perplexed, you're gonna feel cheated, violated, insulted, because the entire system is rigged. It's rigged against you from the moment you're born. And I said it and I'll continue to say it until you wake fucking up.
Most powerful man in the world. Some may say it is the President of the United States. Others may side with corporate America and deem the likes of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk to be more powerful. But there is someone else. It is likely you have never heard of BlackRock. In less than 30 years, this company has grown from nothing to becoming the world's largest asset manager. The assets in the roster exceed...
Can somebody guess how many assets under management BlackRock has? Can somebody guess in the chat, okay? How many assets under management BlackRock has? I want you guys to guess. Okay? So they talk about Elon, he's worth $200 billion, okay? You got Jeff Bezos worth $100 billion, maybe a little bit less now. How much do you think these guys own of assets under management?
Exceed the value of $9 trillion.
$9 fucking trillion, bro. Some of you guys don't even know what $9 fucking trillion is. You can't even fathom it. These guys manage $9 trillion of wealth around the world. That means they dictate where they put the money and what is done with the money, and they have the influence because they control the money fucking supply, bro.
And their net worth is equal to half of America's GDP.
They run the fucking country. These motherfuckers run the country, bro. From head to toe, and you're out here talking about Joe Schmo, bro.
Clearly, they do not need a name in the mainstream media to be successful, or, in fact, own and control the entire world. But who are they? What do they do? And how does this one company in America influence every industry and sector in the world? Let's begin with who they are. BlackRock was founded in 1988 by Larry Fink, along with Robert Capito, Susan Wagner, Barbara Novick, Ben Golub, Hugh Frater, Ralph Schlosstein, and Keith Anderson. Its aim was to provide corporations with asset management services to help them manage their risks and investments. The idea came when Fink, during his time in First Boston, lost $100 million as its head. That experience became the motivation for him to develop what he and the others considered to be excellent risk management and fiduciary practices. BlackRock first got its funding from Pete Peterson of the Blackstone Group, who believed in Fink's vision of a firm devoted to risk management. Fink's company then essentially became an arm of Blackstone, and it was called Blackstone Financial Management. In exchange for a 50% stake in the bond business, Blackstone gave Fink and his team a $5 million credit line. Within months, the business turned profitable. And by 1989, the group's assets had quadrupled to $2.7 billion.
Bro, do you understand how these guys do whatever the fuck they want, bro? And you think you're sitting on your million, 2 million, 100,000, 200,000, you're out here popping bottles like you run shit, bro. You don't run shit.
Blackstone's stake in Fink's company then fell to just 40%, as opposed to the 60% held by Fink and his group. The firm adopted the name BlackRock in 1992, and by the end of that year, BlackRock was managing $17 billion in assets. By the end of 1994, they were handling $53 billion.
Now the question is, and I'm gonna dissect this to you so you understand how deep and dark this shit goes. Whose assets? Right? That's not the problem here isn't BlackRock, is whose assets does BlackRock control? That's the crazy shit.
And later that same year, Fink became the chairman and CEO of BlackRock Inc. The company went public in 1999 at just $14 a share on the New York Stock Exchange. And by the end of that year, they were handling $165 billion in assets. BlackRock grew both organically and by acquisitions. And in 2004,
do you know what acquisitions means? That they bought everything. They bought it all. Every last bit of it. They bought all of it. You know how I know that they bought all of it? Chat, give me the name of a fucking company. Any company over the last years that's had an influence over our country. I mean, they fucking bought everything. Give me the name of a company. Any company that's publicly listed. Somebody said TikTok. TikTok's not an American company. All right, let's start with Tesla. Boom. So what we do, okay, very simple, is we go right here, okay, and we go to holders. I'm gonna teach you guys how to run this shit. Top holders. companies that, between these two companies, Vanguard and BlackRock, they own 11% of Tesla. 11% of Tesla. These two companies own 11% of Tesla. Give me another company. Somebody said Google? Alphabet. Holders. BlackRock, Vanguard. They own 12% of Amazon. More than all the top ones combined. More than the rest all combined. Give me another company. Did somebody say Facebook? We got Meta. Yeah, Zuckerberg's a bad dude. Zuckerberg's a bad dude. He makes the decisions. These motherfuckers own 14% of Facebook. They bought it all. All of it. Do you hear me? Do you understand now what I'm trying to fucking convey? Are you still fucking asleep? Are you still fucking dumb? It's ridiculous. We got Disney. Guys, the system is fucking rigged. Oh, well, let's slow down for a second. Let's slow down for a second. Y'all ready for some crazy shit? Let's see who owns Pfizer. These motherfuckers own 16% of Pfizer. They own the world.
In the final days of TikTok in America, I want to dedicate my platform to talking about everything that is happening in America right now. If you watch anything today, please let it be this, because we are in an actual scene of Handmaid's Tale right now. I want to first start with why this is happening right now. Why are these bills being pushed? Why won't we save our citizens from climate control, from gun control? And I want to introduce you, first and foremost, to BlackRock. BlackRock is the world's biggest asset management firm, okay? BlackRock has nearly 10 trillion in assets under management, okay? That is more GDP of every country in the world except for the United States and China. It is the top shareholder across a wide range of global industries that include oil and gas, technology, retail, big banks, healthcare, and weapons manufacturing. So everything that we are currently having an issue with in America right now, these fuckers have a stake in. This firm props up the fossil fuel industry to the tune of $260 billion in investments in corporations that are propelling our climate catastrophe. They are the number one in investing in deforestation and fossil fuels in our climate today, okay? It has nearly $6 billion in invested in civilian gun manufacturers and retails, and $36 billion invested in military weapons, okay? Why don't we do anything about climate change? Why don't we do anything about gun control? Because we are in bed with this firm. BlackRock is also the largest investor in gun manufacturer Smith & Wesson with an 8.3% stake in the company. On top of that, their lovely CEO, Larry Fink, is a major donor in the NYC Police Foundation. Another bit of information I found interesting. They own 6.9% of Facebook. How about that? Now let's switch gears and head on over to ADF. What is ADF, you might ask? I didn't know till a few days ago either. ADF, or the Alliance Defending Freedom, is a legal advocacy and training group that has supported the recriminalization of sexual acts between consenting LGBTQ adults in the U.S. and criminalization abroad, has defended state-sanctioned sterilization of trans people abroad, has contended that LGBTQ people are more likely to engage in pedophilia, and claims that a homosexual agenda will destroy Christianity and society. ADF also worked to develop religious liberty legislation and case law that will allow the denial of goods and services to LGBTQ people on the basis of religion. Since the election of President Trump, ADF has become one of the most influential groups informing the administration's attack on LGBTQ rights. You know the group in Handmaid's Tale that took over the United States? This is them. This is the group. This group believes in bringing back traditional Christian roles, meaning that a woman serves her husband and that the LGBTQ is completely criminalized 100%. And why is this group so scary?